Hey guys, it's Ian. I just want to do a quick video doing a match with my newest version of Jellicent Gardevoir EX. My one change is instead of the list I play for Milwaukee, I have one Bravery Charm and one copy of Mega Gardevoir EX. So this match, what I'm going to be doing is just talk through all my plays and what is my thought process behind all of them. So here, I will choose second if I win the coin flip, even though this deck's not as good at going second compared to previous builds of decks like this. I feel you just want to go second because every deck really wants to go second because they want to play a supporter for something like Badu or Frillish happens. So even though I'm not good at getting a turn one attack using Evo or Frillish, I still want to go second to prevent my opponent from playing a supporter. So here, I'm going to put up both Ralts. There's a chance maybe my opponent's playing something like a deck with Petron in it. So I want to, excuse me, I'm going first. That's a total mistake. I forgot that I lost a coin flip, but it's correct to put out one. But again, if I was going second, I would put out both. Right here, I'm just going to Earthen Vessel for 2 Psychic. I could get different energies, but here I just really want to try to get as many Psychic in my discard. So I'm going to do quick prize search, 3, 4, 5, 6. Prize Psychic in a dark. Guy prize. Don't believe any basics. Let's see, I prize no Iono. Prize no Lilies. Prize 2 Ultra Balls. Prize no Earthen Vessels. Prize Night Stretcher. Okay, nothing too crazy here. Everything seems not too bad for prizes here. It's gonna Earthen Vessel again. Psychic, I'm going to Psychic Dark here. I'm just going to double check Curlios. I have 2. I'm going to Psychic Dark because if I draw a Monkey Dory, I want to be able to attach to it. And I don't really get too punished in my mind if something else happens. Alright. I don't really have too many thoughts here about what else I'm doing this turn. I'm just going to be really waiting for my opponent to see how they set up / what are they playing. Most likely I will just attempt to Evo on my following turn. Interesting 2 cards. A little unsure on what they're playing. We'll wait and see because Counter Gain and Air Balloon aren't really like cards that usually are together most of the time. All right, Secret Box, interesting. Maybe this is like a okay, looks like it's Goldango, I think. Looks like. Maybe then the not putting on like Berry Charm attaching to active is incorrect. I don't think it's really something to think about that. All right, so they're playing something a little more interesting. I don't think that's Goldango based on the stadium that they took where they would be getting Artisan if it was Goldango, I think. And I'll check again what support they got. They got Lilies. Okay. All right, cool. That's really annoying for me, but it's okay. I don't think there's really much I could have done about that. I think I can't really discard Bravery Charm turn 1 for free when they start Fez, so I can't really expect all that much from that. All right, so here I'm just going to evolve. I do plan on evoing this turn most likely to our worlds, but the thing is that like I'm going to evolve because like yes, I get punished for drawing another Curlia, but it's just so important I evolve here so I don't get knocked out by a Solrock. Okay. Let's see. Let me think through quickly. Oh, that Night Stretcher. I prize 1, so I want to keep the other. When you're not really sure against what you're against, it's usually better to be a little more conservative about your resources. You don't want to like burn really any of your stuff. All right, I'm just going to Evo. I don't know what deck they're playing. They might be playing the +30 fighting cards, so I don't really want to take any risks here and not evolve into bench. Maybe instead like going for like Call Sign or something seems a little greedy based on what I'm seeing. I'd rather just make sure that I get a really good setup here. This match I know isn't going to be against a meta deck, but I think that's very good to see how you play when you don't really know what your opponent is up to. Helps you with just like understanding decks better, where like this baseline, like what are you going to do if you don't really understand what's going on. I think it's like really underrated for just gameplay. I think it's super important to understand how to win in these situations against decks that are unknown quantities. All right, so here, and they're playing, that's strange, because it's energy retrievals with, okay, that makes a lot of sense. That they were just playing Ursaluna. So, this matchup's pretty good, I think, because, like, their deck just needs a lot of combos, and I can just use Screamtail to attack most of their Pokemon, so I'm not too scared here of the matchup. I think that this, though, is quite annoying, where they're up 2 prizes before I get to do anything, which is a little concerning, but I think this is totally fine since they are a very high resource deck. I think I just bench Pheasantipity here. I need to draw a lot of cards. I don't really have a good setup in my hand going on right now. So I'm just trying to draw as many cards as possible so that I'm able to just do anything. This is interesting. Think here for a second how I want to do this. So I don't really give them Artisan, because if I give them Artisan, then they're going to be able to get, like, another Soul Rock here if I knock out their active. So I kind of just want to go for Gardevoir and just use Lilies here. I'm going to also Night Stretcher first because I want to make sure I get our Worlds, because there's a good chance to attack with Gardevoir's game. So I want to do this, use Lilies, and I'm thinking here might just knock out active. I could also just go for here a Counter Catcher on Ursaluna, since if I go Counter Catcher on Ursaluna, it means that they can't also go attach to Monkey. And if I do that, I could probably set up a play. That looks like it's my best bet at this point, because if I don't knock out Ursaluna, I think they're going to get knock out my active. So I think it's a little better for me here to Counter Catcher. I'll remember what this card does exactly. 100. I can also Counter Catcher here. See if I Counter Catcher Monkey. So it's better to Counter Catcher Monkey here, because it's so low odds for them to be able to get a knockout with Ursaluna, because they need energy, like energy switch plus attachment for turn. Here I'm moving damage onto their active because I just want to clear damage, because they're obviously just going to move it back with Monkey Dory. I'll put Berry Charm on my Ralts so that they can't use Boss and knock it out here, because otherwise they would, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. Because I think at this point in the game, my objective is control Monkey Dory, as if I'm able to control Monkey Dory, it allows me to excuse me, make their deck just weak, because their deck is just only going to be stuck with 1 attachment per turn, which means that they're unable to attack with Ursaluna as often as they'd like. And if I'm able to just win the Monkey Dory war, I think I just win the game through board advantage. And if I'm able to get to 2 or 3 monkeys, then I'm able to have access to one-shots because of how they're doing damage. So I feel pretty good about my situation. They go for something like Energy Switch here. I think I'm pretty okay with that. Card's a little bit annoying, but nothing I think it's all that big of a deal. I think at this point, really what they're trying to do is set up 2 going to be 2 one-shots on Gardevoir / Pheasantipity. So I think my goal here is to really prevent that from happening, and the way I can do that is just controlling their Monkey Dory output. Okay, they can go for knockout here, which is a little scary, but I think that this spot's not too bad for me because they used Ursaluna this previous turn, so I think it's not all that bad. Excuse me, they're 10 short, I believe, or not 10 short, it's a little bit less than that. So this is actually pretty good for me here. It's checking resources. I need Secret Box here. I need to guarantee find a copy of Monkey this turn, because if I don't, I can fall behind. So here I'm just going to give them a copy of Artisan. I don't really care. I think that my board is so far ahead where I can now allow them to have access to it, because if I get 3 Monkey, then I think it's really hard for them to win. So some Artisan here for a copy of Monkey. Attach return. Just use Lilies. Here I'm just going to Ultra Ball for Gardevoir, thin my deck out a little. I'm really scared they replay Stadium now because I have enough set up where I'm not too worried. I'm not gonna worry about them playing anything like Devo. I think that's just not something that's really worth playing around. Here now I gotta do the math for where they can get for knockouts here on my active. Let's see if I move 6 onto their active, because I want to put damage on their board, but I'm supposed to move 6 on their active because that's the only way for them to not get knocked out here Soul Rock, because otherwise I get knocked out by Soul Rock. So move all the damage to active. I can see maybe I'm supposed to put somewhere else like damage, but the thing is, like, the math how it works here is that at least on board, if they go attach return to Soul Rock, they can put me to 300. So I need clear damage here so that they are unable to put me here to 310. And I don't really want to put damage on my bench Gardevoir, because I think that what I'm gonna have to do to win this game is go put damage on Gardevoir and then attack later down the road. So I just don't really want to give them access to that. I could see here I might get slightly punished. Yeah, Crispin here actually really punishes me because Crispin allows him to get a attack off, which is not something I was really predicting. For them to be able to go attack plus Stella Monkey, this is quite bad for me. Okay, this is actually a lot better. I think that they probably didn't see this line of the one I talked about where you could go attack with Soul Rock. So it's actually reasonable for me, because what I can do from this position is just attack a Gardevoir, take a knockout, then I can take another knockout for 1 prizer and then win the game the following turn. Think about resources. I think what I want to do here is I want to go for Jellicent 2 turns from now. So if I'm able to do that, then I could go for like a counter catcher play maybe. Let's do some quick math for how this board's going to play out. All right, so I cannot do everything I want to do this turn, which is totally fine. Let's do the math. So here I'm just going to start with Fez because I really want to hit Iono here. Iono is quite important. Awesome. All right. Attach return here because I just want to get Psychics out of deck. I don't have another Dark to use. Then use Iono. Let's double check what this card does. I forgot if it was basic or not. Okay. Psychic Embrace. Here I have an interesting situation. If I want to start placing damage from their side of the board, I think it's quite bad though, because they just get Double Monkey, then they can start moving damage. It's really hard for them to generate damage on this board state, so that's where I heal. Because I think my goal at this point is just prevent them from getting a knockout with Fez, and I think I'm in a good spot to win this game, because it's very difficult for them to generate the amount of damage necessary to win at this point. This game is quite interesting, as their deck is a little different, and it creates these very awkward board states for me where I can't really clear damage as well as I would like. I think that them getting early knockout with Soul Rock really allowed them to get to this point, as the matchup definitely seems quite awkward for them if they're unable to get the Soul Rock knockouts going. I could definitely lose here. I lost to Ursaluna plus Boss on my Fez, but it still seems a little difficult for them to find on this board state. So here what they're going to do is just attack active, put me to 100, and try to set up win for the following turn. Or Iron Bundle here. Interesting. So if I use Iron Bundle here, I think I'm just going to promote Fez, because if I promote Fez here, gives them 0% chance of getting a knockout. I'm a little bit concerned about them getting a knockout on Monkey. Like, if they have access to in their deck a copy of a card like the Fighting plus 30 item, I think the card's a little concerning for me. Okay, so they're not going for any of that here. They're just going to go for 80, And then their hope here is go, I think, KO on Fez the following turn. So I need to figure out how to not allow them to get knockout on to my Fez. Got fighting. Okay. I think here what I'm supposed to do is just attack with a monkey. I'm a little concerned about getting myself knocked out here. Not knocked out, excuse me, but just like having problems with that. Yeah. I'm just doing math in my head quickly. Yeah, okay, cool. What this does is allows me to win with Screamtail the following turn, because I can just go like CC, Fez, and Dip, and student CC. I can just move damage onto Fez and then win, because I'll have enough damage on board, because I need to do 160 with Screamtail plus everything else. Here I'm deciding if I just want to move damage to like spread damage on their board or not. Here I'm not going to go for that. I'm actually going to allow them, if they want to take a knockout here, as I think that if they take a knockout here, I'm in a really good position. And here I like the cards in hand. I might need Night Stretcher. I might need something, so I don't mind using mine then. I think it's interesting debate if I'm supposed to promote the other monkey, because it allows me to go like, maybe I need to go like retreat monkey, get the dark off, Night Stretcher, use 3 General Brain in a turn. So I think that's the one other interesting thing here. Trying to think how they can win this turn. Well, it's not actually that difficult for them to win this turn, because if they just go, okay, that works too. Ursaluna plus boss. I think I might lose this game because I bench Fez, or I will lose because I bench Fez, but I think it's totally fine. I really needed it earlier on to set up, so I think that it was definitely not a mistake, but a unfortunate reality of the game, how it played out. And even if I touched Bravery Charm to Fez, it wouldn't have helped. So I guess the one thing here that I could have maybe played on Blood Moon, but I think that was pretty unfavored anyways in this position, because they're going to draw 3, plus if they get Solrock in play, I think that would have still lost. But that's a very interesting game. I think that really kind of shows sometimes how like Gardevoir can have a little bit awkward matchups against these one prizer decks, because they're like high enough HP. You don't really have like access to something that does like good damage output into like Lunatone Solrock combo, because that puts a lot of pressure on early onto your board. And then if they're able to get like good attacks off, good setup, I think that you can lose. I do think their deck's a little bit inconsistent, so like that was probably one of their better draws. But again, like the deck is built to do that, so I think that that is how they're supposed to win in this matchup. That's all I have for today. I just want to do a quick match and showcase how to approach different matchups, how to approach something that you haven't really played against too much. Check out my other stuff I have on Metafy, a lot of stuff about Gardevoir and other decks. And if you wanted to ask me any questions, feel free to ask me here on X or on Metafy. So next time, Peace.